Alright, check this out. You guys are back on the Hater World, and I'm Blue Devil. What we got going on today is a video back on Fig. You got 4 homies on that podcast talking about when they got banged on, and it reminded me of a story that I got for you guys when I got banged on in banning by the whole rap group out there, 909 Riders. I think that's what they're called, Dyablo and all them dudes. Check this out. Before we get to that video, if you guys are new to the Hater World, make sure you go over, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, like the video, and most importantly, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you like what I'm doing or whether you don't. And other than that, salute to all my day ones. You guys already know, nothing but love. But check this out, I'm a little bit under the weather, as you can see, so just bear with me. But we got this story of back on Fig where they're all talking about when they got banged on, and it sparked up a story up here. So I want to share it with you guys. So check this out. It was sent to my Instagram in my DM. So make sure you follow me at TheHaterWorld. And once again, salute to everybody that's buying merch. Nothing but love. Come January, we're going to have a lot of new different designs and styles. And not only clothing, but a bunch of other different stuff up on the website. But as far as for now, let's get you guys a Southsider's reaction. Let's go.
I'm like, oh my God, I look at this nigga moves. I'm like, bruh, this shit could have been bad right there.
Hey, McQueen.
Bruh, oh my God. I didn't been through that shit.
McQueen, have you ever got banged on? Get this nigga the mic, please.
Yeah, it was a Mexican nigga though.
Oh my God. I'm through.
It was a Mexican nigga.
I'm fucking through. Hey, better.
He said he got banged on by Duno. That shit is fucking funny. Let's keep going.
Where you from, homie?
Yeah.
Send you to the patio.
Oh my God, look.
How that go, bro? I need to know.
I was at Lincoln Park, the skate park.
Oh.
Check it out. There's a lot of people in the comments saying these motherfuckers are clowning Mexicans, being racist, blah blah blah. I don't see it that way. I see it like a bunch of homies in a room just clowning back and forth. You know, everybody does it. We all do it. You know, it could be a room full of Mexicans, and if we're talking about a black guy, we're all clowning. You know, if we're talking about a white guy, we're all clowning. You know, and vice versa. I guarantee you, a room full of white folks and they talking about a black incident, they gonna be clowning. It's just part of the game. You know, it ain't being racist. It ain't being disrespectful. We in a close environment. I mean, right here, they're actually on YouTube streaming. So it's a little bit different, but I don't consider this racism at all. I just consider them telling a story, just clowning. Reminds me of the American Cholo situation, just telling a story. But let's keep going.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's over there in like East LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Lincoln Park.
That's where all
the real essay.
that's where all the essays and shit. So like me and my best friend, we skateboard. So like, you know what I'm saying, we went to the skate park over there and we was skating and shit, and we was just leaving. And we going up, like, you gotta walk up.
Nah, finish your story. I was talking.
No, yeah, you gotta walk up the hill to get back to the parking lot.
Yeah.
And so when you walking up, like, there's like a tree that you pass by, and the nigga came out behind the tree with his hands in his pocket.
Hey, Holmes, where you from?
Hold on,
The reason he had his hands in his pocket, either one he was holding or he was trying to make you believe that he was holding. A lot of times you might not have nothing, but just trying to make people think you got something might save your life. You know, that's for, I got a story for that for another day. But you know, there was a situation where I had to act like I had some in order to get out of the situation I was in. So either the Mexican dude that ran up on him, either he was packing ready for this fool to say the wrong thing, or he was just faking, you know. But let's keep going.
I gotta demonstrate this shit. Hold
Yeah,
on.
picture of him coming from behind the tree and just, hey, Holmes, where you from? And say,
This nigga, because this nigga, no, this nigga had a black beater and a black jumper like this. He came out from behind the tree. What's the deal?
what's the deal?
I said what? I said and we continued walking. We continued walking.
Oh my God.
We continued walking. He was like, "Where you guys from?" I was like, "Right, we nigga." And at the time, I stayed in the IE because, you know, so I only stayed in LA till I was like 14, and I moved to Rancho Cucamonga.
That's what made me want to tell this story. That part right there. He said that when they banged on him, he said Rancho Cucamonga because he was living in the IE, right? He lived in LA till he was 14. So he threw up IE Rancho so that way they could leave him alone, because supposedly Rancho is looked up on as soft, you know, or the IE is looked up on as soft, which I really don't believe that. Shout out to all the kings out there. You guys already know what I'm talking about, and all the people in the surrounding Rancho area. There's some real hitters out there. You know, people tend to think that Rancho is soft because of the Friday movie. Remember next Friday where they moved the Rancho from Compton. You know, so they tend to believe that it is soft around those areas, but it really isn't. But let's keep going.
And I moved to Rancho Cucamonga. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I moved.
Cucamonga cracker killers.
Right. And then so on purpose.
See, I told you he referenced the movie Friday. He referenced the movie Friday.
I said I'm from Rancho just so that way this nigga could stop banging on me.
Nigga said
You know
I
what
was
I'm
from
saying?
Rancho.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
What did he say? Hey, where's that at, fool?
Oh, man.
no,
know about Rancho.
After I said that, he was just like,
Look, I'm gonna kill that video right there. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of LA fools that never left LA and don't know what IE is. Don't know what Imperial Valley is. Don't know what fucking Riverside County is. You know, they don't know anything outside of their 5-block radius. Believe it or not, there is homies that just never left the county. So they don't know what IE is, right? So therefore they only see what they see on the movies and therefore think it's soft. Just like that homie said, he threw up Rancho thinking they were going to leave him alone. But this takes me back to a story that I wanted to tell you guys. So check this out. This was in the recent years. I think this was like 2018, 2019, or 17. I don't know, somewhere in that area. At this time of my age, of my life, right, I hardly go anywhere with anyone for the reason that I'm about to be put on the spot for somebody else's actions, right? I already know that when you go out with the homies, whatever one homie does, everybody got to pay for it, right? I'm way past my prime, my game banging prime. I'm way past my causing ruckus, causing drama, right? I'm past all that. You know, I'm still with the business and doing what I got to do to provide and take care of myself and my family. But as far as being out there, just going, you know, from bar to bar or fucking go to this party, go to that party, or let's go to this fool's pad, that fool's pad. Like, I'm way past that shit, right? I did that too much that it ain't appealing no more, right? But at this time, one of the homies hit me up and said, hey, my cousin has this little party at this little club because it's her birthday or some shit, right? Roll with me. It's going to be my lady, which the homie's lady, and the homie and me, right? And I go, where at? And he goes, in Banning, right? Those that don't know what Banning is, it is a city inside the Inland Empire, right? That's where all those rappers are from, the IE Riders. I'm not sure if that's their label name or whatever, but like Dyablo from Crime Family and all those other rappers, they're from that section, right? But I didn't know who they were. I didn't really know. I heard of Dyablo because I heard that one song from a gang. So I already knew who he was and where he was from, but I wasn't really too familiar with that area of Banning, right? And when he said, let's roll, I said, fuck it. You know, Banning isn't, to me, I'm just telling you what I was thinking at that time. I was thinking Banning isn't dangerous. What the fuck isn't Banning? Banning is just a fucking little desert city. There's probably like 5 houses in Banning. That's what I was thinking. So I was like, fuck it, let's roll. You know what I mean? Like, can't nothing go wrong in Banning, right? That was my mistake. That was mistake number 1. Thinking that it was sweet because it's a much smaller city than where I come from, right? And the homie was like, all right, grab the heat, let's roll, right? And I was like, fool, we don't need a heat. We're going to Banning. Banning is just fucking small. What the fuck's gonna happen in Banning, fool? We ain't taking no heat, my boy. You know, because we take a heat, I already know that some shit's gonna go down, right? So whatever. We left the heat, right? We end up going to this little bar in the middle of nowhere. I shit you not. All there was, I saw the freeway from the bar, and then there was all dirt all around, right? And we parked the whip. The homie's lady's drunk, faded, right? We go inside. We're about to walk towards the entrance. And at the entrance, there was this big ass dude, right? And he was like, right away, the first thing he said to me was like, you know where you at? And I looked at him like, Banning. You know, like that's the first thing I said was Banning. And he goes, this is Sapos. And I'm not thinking nothing, right? Because I'm like, what the fuck is sapos? Like, I didn't know what the fuck that was. To me, it was obsolete. You know, I come from the land. I come from Los Angeles County. I come from where every corner there's a fucking gang. I come from where everything's populated with fucking Bloods, Crips, Southsiders, the whole works. So I'm in this desert city. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I don't give a fuck what sapos is or none of that. Like, whatever, right? But that was mistake number 2, was thinking it was sweet, right? And the vato shakes my hand. I tell him where I'm from, the hood. He didn't say nothing. I get let in. The homie gets let in. The hyena gets let in. And we're sitting inside this fucking bar, and we're just drinking, right? We're chilling, drinking. We got a little table of like 10 fools from LA, right? And most of the dudes that were there with us were just regular dudes. Yeah, they're from Los Angeles County, but they weren't gangbangers. The only ones that actually looked banged out was probably like 4 of us, right? And we're sitting there, and the whole time, the whole bar was full of nothing but fools from Banning. I'm talking about like 20, 25 dudes from Banning, all tatted down from the face, you know, fucking the whole works, bro, like straight fucking cholote style, right? And I'm telling my homeboy, like, fool, all them fools are looking, like they won't stop looking. And he's like, you stupid motherfucker, that's why I told you to bring the heat, right? And I'm like, fool, I don't know what the fuck, like, to me, when you said Banning, I thought it was just some little ass shit, right? And so whatever, we're past that. We're at the point where it's just like, all right, fuck it, we ain't got no heat. What we gonna do, right? So we just chilling, enjoying the show. And then towards the end, when these fools just kept mad dogging, right? I guess it was like karaoke night, not karaoke night. I guess they had like a little show right there, right? And Dyablo gets up on the stage and he starts rapping. And I told my homie, hey, I know that guy. He's a rapper. He's from Mr. Criminal's label, right? And they're up there and they're doing the rap thing. Like 3 or 4 fools from Banning come up. They start doing the rap thing. And after they're done with the show, they were just dogging like crazy. And I told my homeboy, hey, fool, let's bounce. Because these fools are going to come over here right now. And we ain't got no heat. And, you know, chairs are going to start flying. And the show was sort of almost over. Well, about to be over. So the homie was like, all right, fool, let's go, fuck it, right? So we start making our way towards the back. You know, a little strategic. When they were over there doing something else, I said, let's go out this way, right? And listen, a lot of you dumb fucks out there can say, oh, you're pussy or this or that. But let me tell you something. Only the strong survive, you fucking goofy. You know, there's always another day to take care of business. You have to know when to fold. You have to know when to fucking play your cards correctly. It wasn't the time. It wasn't the day. And it for sure wasn't the place. I wasn't about to get blasted or smoked over my ego. You feel me? Even though maybe they weren't on that, I just thought they were because they were looking, you know, and it was just a little too much for that moment, right? So we start making our way towards the back, and right when we walk outside, this fool's lady starts fucking tripping, right? The homie's lady, because she didn't want to leave, so she's talking shit, being loud, blah, 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 like literally causing a fucking ruckus, right? And once we had to cross the road to get to the whips. Once we fucking crossed the road to get to the whips, bro, I see all the dudes coming, right? Bunch of dudes, right? They're heading for the exit. I'll tell you like this, bro. Within a fucking split of a second, you had highway patrol, sheriff, county police, bro, you might as well say almost a SWAT team, right? They literally blocked off everything for that club. Boom, 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 boom. Probably like 20 officers, right? Nobody was let out. Nobody was let out. We were across the street watching all this shit go down. And my homeboy's lady was being loud as fuck. And I'm telling my homeboy, fool, tell that bitch to shut the fuck up. The cops are gonna look over here. They were literally across the street, right? I go, leave the bitch, homie. Like, you know, we're both felons. You know, regardless of whatever, even if we're not packing at that time, cops will still fucking take you in. And they blocked off everybody from leaving the club. When these fools were trying to leave the club, somehow that's when the Judas rolled up, fucking arrested probably everybody that was there, and we took off. I don't know why they were there. I don't know why the Judas pulled up. You know, maybe that was their hangout spot. Maybe that's, you know, where they do their business from. I don't know, right? But it was wild. And I told my homeboy, I go, fool, now you know why I don't come outside. You know what I mean? Now you know why I don't just attend every function that's put on the table for me. You know what I mean? Look at this shit. I told him, look at this shit, fool. Like, look, I don't even, like, the homies will hit me up to go somewhere and I don't go. And finally I say, let's roll, and look what happens. Fuck you. You never again, I told him, right? But I want to say this. Shout out to everybody from Banning. They with the business. You know what I mean? You can't never underestimate your opponent or underestimate somebody because of the city, the county, or the town. You feel me? I underestimated them thinking that Banning wasn't shit because it was a small ass town. But in reality, them fools were ready for the business. You know? And the same shit with that vato right here talking about Rancho and IE. You can't underestimate nobody. You'll end up in a body bag. Alright? So shout out to the homie that was with me. You already know what time it is. After that, you know, even though it's a good thing to roll with it everywhere, I mean, it's a good thing to know whether do we need it or do we not need it, right? It's just a good thing to always have it. Okay, put it to you that way. You know, I learned my lesson with that incident. Okay, I'm the type of guy where I'm strategic. You know, I'm the type of guy where I like to think about things. I like to plan things out. I like to do some figuring it out, right? If the homie says we're going here, I like to all right, cool. Well, what's around here? Well, what's the exit plan? What's this? What's that? Blah, blah, blah. Do we need it? Do we not need it? Can we stash it? Can we do this? You know, only because I don't like to go to prison. I don't like to go to county. I don't like to get busted, you know? And if I can avoid that, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So once again, shout out to the fools from Banning. Shout out to Dyablo. That fool's actually busted for murder right now. So that actually tells you that he's with the business. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram at TheHaterWorld. And other than that, I'm Blue Devil. This has been a TheHaterWorld production. And we out.